It's almost if you take the risk of buying your first property, it's like money grows on trees.
So Juan, talk us to the biggest secret to these fourplexes. I think that's a good place to focus on. Niching down to a
Mhm.
specific product type to be able to add maximum value. So tell us about the why behind that and
Mhm.
just the current opportunity for yourself and your clients.
Perfect. So for anyone getting started, the fourplex is the perfect place to get started when it comes to buying multifamily units. And the reason for it is 30-year financing. So this is the best way to describe this. So in Southern California, and I can't speak to other states. So here's what we have in Southern California. The fourplexes, yes, they're expensive. Do they make financial sense? Absolutely. So you buy a fourplex. If you're lucky, maybe you qualify for an FHA. That is a little difficult. If you're really lucky, or if you've served our country, you qualify for VA. So the amount of money that you need to get in for a fourplex is very little. Okay, which is a very good thing. Now the best part is qualifying for a 30-year mortgage. And so the best way to describe this is the biggest expense with any property is going to be the mortgage, right? And so when you get a 30-year mortgage, you are capping your biggest expense. Okay, that's a great thing to do. It's never going to change. Like, watch, when you get a commercial loan, they're going to give you that loan for 5, 7, 10 years. Then it's going to change. Guess what? The market's different. The interest rate, you don't know what the interest is going to be down the road. You do with a fourplex. You do with a triplex or a duplex. But let's just talk about four for now. So you're going to cap your biggest expense. Smart thing to do. And the one thing that doesn't happen, so the one thing that we have in Southern California is we have a housing crisis. So when a tenant moves out, typically a landlord could adjust the rent to market rents, right? And so you cap your biggest expense, but the income is never capped. Okay, it's not capped. And that is where we see growth. And that is where we see two types of things. One, cash flow, maybe not in the first couple of years, okay, but ultimately it will come. But the biggest growth in all of this is appreciation. What we have in Southern California is on average, on average, a property is going to double every 12 years. Okay. We are seeing appreciation of 6.7% year after year. And that's on the purchase price. And that's compounding over and over and over again. And so let me tell you something, Brett, because this idea just came up because I do teach this often. Okay. It's almost if you take the risk of buying your first property, it's like money grows on trees. It really is, because outside of just managing it and dealing with some maintenance and some tenant stuff, that you can live with. That's part of the business, okay? It literally grows on trees. Guess what? It's going to double. You paid $1 million, you're going to make $1 million. If you paid $1 million, you're going to make $1 million. How do you become a millionaire? Buy a fourplex. It's very simple. It's not this like Wall Street stocks up and down. It's none of that. It's a very simple thing.
Got it. So I'm going to make sure I encapsulate that. So the first thing is a 30-year fixed financing, right? So you're able to qualify for that. 1 to 4 units. The government has some really cool stuff. FHA, lower down payment, especially if it's owner occupied. Then it's like house hacking, which maybe another subject we can touch on. Versus commercial, which is 5 units and above. Right now, you're having to qualify in a whole different realm. Higher down payment, fluctuating interest rates. Some of those are typically 5 to 7 year fixed, right? And then it's adjustable, and or the loan is amortized over 25 years or less. And then sometimes too, you have a larger payment. Whereas if you're on a 30-year fixed, 30-year AM, you have lower payments,